Hello guys, this is Mikey, and welcome back to another video. Today, this is another Minecraft beta 1.16.100.54. Available on Xbox One, Windows 10, and Android. Posted on September 3rd. Performance and stability. Fix an issue where the game could crash if player joined the game in a sleeping state. Fix the bug with which would cause a crash after killing an error guardian or guard. Fix the crash that could sometimes occur when using fireworks to propel away trucks. Vanilla parodies. It it's now possible to place chains so that they are aligned horizontally. I'm playing on Windows 10 edition and I really need it in like the full version, like in version 100. So I can actually rebuild my bridge just to make it look like some kind of new bridge. I don't know how to say it. Floor and ceiling surfaces generation now correctly matches Java. Soul Sand Valleys now have ceilings covered with soil and soul sand. Basalt deltas now have basalt ceilings. Striders with riders can now be temp. Piglins now drop their inventory when zombified. Piglin brutes now give 20 XP instead of 10 when killed by the player. Allow piglins to preserve equipment when zombified. Lanterns can now be placed underwater and do not pop when the water source block is placed on them. The piglin in Bedrock will now offer similar bordering items as it does in Java. Soulfire now doesn't melt snow or ice blocks. Soul Campfire now does twice as much damage as a regular campfire. Zombified Piglins is no longer floating above the strider while riding. More fungus can now grow in the decryption forests on Bedrock. Piglins can no longer drop nether brick blocks after partnering on Bedrock. Baby Zoglins and baby Hoglins now have drops after being killed by the player. Wither skeletons now automatically attack piglins and piglin brutes. Hoglins will now flee from respawn anchors. Iron golems now attack hoglins on bedrock. Zoglins now take damage from healing effect, and heal from harming. If ruined portal chests contain glistening melon slices, they no longer contain only a single melon slice. Zombified piglins that are jockeys on striders now hold a fungus on a stick. Piglin brutes no longer have enchanted golden axes to have parity with Java. Nether sprouts can be used in the composter again. Soul speed enchant found in chests is now limited to Bastion Revenant chests. Netherite armor items no longer take durability lost from player. Standing on magma soul campfires now drop soil instead of charcoal when mined. Strider health is now on parity with the Java edition. Piglins can now equip shields, elytras, turtle shells, and various mob heads. Piglin brutes no longer become angry from specific blocks being broken They still always attack a player on sight though. Some of my baby piglins now correctly display items held in their hands. Quick crafting precision will now work with warp planks and crimson planks. Baby hoglins now deal appropriate damage. Piglins now spawn naturally in their wastes on peaceful. General, updated splash text in loading screen tips. Add a screen reader support to gamepad helpers on main menu. Correct map color represents for multiple blocks. Nether and warped ward blocks are no longer in an unfolding succession in the grab menu. Totem of Undying now applies to the correct effects upon dying. Phone screen hints now have punctuation. Mobs can no longer power minecarts stay standing. Fix the bug where the player and mobs wouldn't take damage when walking through sweet berries. Slimes can now climb ladders again. Fix the bug where ladders were not displayed in special cases when placed next to each other. Killing mobs that have armor equipped with range weapons now result in armor loot. Compass with custom name restains its name when linked to a lodestone. Lodestone compasses can now be enchanted with the curse of vanishing using an anvil. Compasses and with curse of vanishing now retains their enchantment with when linked to a lodestone. Slimes now spawn in the slime chunks inside of frozen biomes. Iron pickaxes can now be dropped during raids. Brown and red mushrooms can now be grown into huge mushrooms on Nylium. Crimson and warped fungus can now be placed on Mylium. I'm not Mylium. Mycelium. Sorry. Striders now have a separate texture mapping for each flag, and their leg textures are properly mirrored. Create an updated biome client JSON file for 1.16.100 that links each biome to a fog definition identifier. Create create fog command for managing active fog settings for players. These fog settings override fog driven from these clients, such as biome location of the player camera. Create a JSON file for each fog definition, which contains the new fog and, and render distance settings for parity with previous data and hard-coded values. Add a tile object which contains and objects these hold their data value used for the volumetric fog. This beta includes Render Dragon on Windows 10. This beta includes OpenXR for Windows 10 VR. While we are while we are in the process of reworking the VR part of the code base to work with Render Dragon, they there will be optimizations they have not yet been ported to the new rendering system. Until we have finished, you you may encounter performance differences in various gameplay scenarios. But we we are excited to make this a tradition and bring you even more improvements in the future. For Windows 7 VR, the input work is still in progress, including for mouse input. Oculus players may experience issues with suspending and resuming the game. Technical changes. The move to liquid gold has been changed to use for its target block. Striders now incredibly execute the move to liquid gold. You can read these for yourself. And surprisingly, no add-on and scripting changes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.